going to take these bolts out. You're going to use a 10mm socket. Take all of those out. Underneath here, we're going to take a bolt out right here. Use a 10mm socket. Stuck on there pretty good. Get another. Take that out, and there's another one on the other side. There should be some screws and some push pins. You want to pop those out. This vehicle doesn't have those. There should be a 7mm screw. There's one there and one right there, and the same on the other side. So pop those off, and then just grab right here on the bumper, and you want to pull out just like that. You're going to do the same on the other side. You want to disconnect the fog light right here. Just push on the tabs. Slide it out. Do that on both sides. That's good. All right, now I'm going to try. Now just grab the bumper and slide it forward. It's going to be caught right on those two brackets. Should just come off. We're going to transfer these parts over to the new bumper. This piece is going to come off first. Make sure you put a blanket down or something so that the bumper doesn't get scratched. You can lie it down like that. Underneath here there's a clip. You can just use a trim tool. Take this clip off. There's a screw right here. Use a 7mm socket. Take this screw out. There's another screw right here, same 7mm. And then just pull this off a little bit. There is some clips. You can use a trim tool or a screwdriver. Just try to get underneath here. Just like that. That works pretty easy. Oh, this one's stuck. There we go, and that piece slides off. Now this bracket comes off. There's screws on this side, 2 right there, and a 3rd right there. Same 7mm. Take that off and set that aside. If you have a plate bracket, take that off. This one has Phillips head screws holding it on. Just take those screws out. Take the emblem off. There's 2 nuts. Use a 10mm socket. Take those off, and you should be able to push the emblem. Try to push it down. You can just take a trim tool. Just try to pry it off, being careful if you're going to reuse it. Go. There's just a little bit of double-sided tape on there. You could use a heat gun and try to take that off as well. Take this clip off. It's going to be one on both sides. You can just use a screwdriver. Just try to pry it up. Pry it out a little bit. I got an idea. Take a pick, just get in there, just try to pry the clip back like that. It just makes it a little easier to take it off. Pop it off like that. Do the same on the other side. Now just take a trim tool, just try to separate this. I'm gonna push this down, make sure it clears. And then there's little clips right here. Those clips have to clear. And just push it down. And that piece should come off just like that. Now we'll take this lower grill out, and the same thing, just push down. There's some clips. Use a trim tool or a screwdriver. And slide that out. We're going to take this panel off next. From the back side, there's some clips right here. You can use a screwdriver or a trim tool. Just pop these clips off. Right here as well. Right there. See if that slides. Oops. And there's clips right there. You can take some plastic trim tools, just get underneath here, just so you don't scratch anything. Just pull up slightly while you release the clips. There we go. That slides off. Just clips right on the top like that. Now we're going to take this foam piece off. If you have a square bit socket, you want to use a square bit, or a straight blade screwdriver that fits in here will work. Just unscrew these. And there's 3 on this side. And take that off. And that separates. Now we're going to take these 4 screws out. There's 1 here, 2 up here, and then 1 down there. Use the same 7mm socket. And there's 2 more screws right here on the bottom. And just grab this. And there's a couple clips right there if you have to use a screwdriver. And this will just slide right off. And take the fog lights out. There is some clips right there. You might use some needle nose pliers or even a small straight blade screwdriver. Just push down on the clips. And just slide that out. Do the same on the other side. Now reinstall the fog lights the way they came out. Line those up. And just push it down. You can do that on both sides. Now take this foam piece, just line this up, position. And you can get the screws started on top. Just get these all started. And tip it. And get these 3 from up front. And once they're all in, just tighten them down. Just snug. It's just in foam, so you don't have to tighten them too much. Now slide this piece back in. Got some clips there. good. And put the screws in. There's 2 up top, 2 on the sides. And 2 underneath. And tighten those down. Now this piece clips in. Just line up all the clips. Perfect. Now slide the grille in place. Make sure it clips in. And the top grille. Now take the emblem from the front side, and it only goes on one way. There's an extra tab right there, and if you want to use some double-sided tape, clean that up, put some new tape on, and put the nuts on. And not too tight, just snug these up. And on the sides, put these clips back on. Just make sure they lock down. Do the same on the other side. If you have a plate bracket, you want to reinstall that. Put the screws in. Now you can reinstall this bracket right here. This one's actually broken, but slide that in position like that. Take the screws from the other side, get those started. And tighten those down. And take this cover, slide that in position. Just try to clip it in place. Going to go over this. Make sure those are all clipped in, and take the bolts. Tighten these down. And do the same on the other side. Now we're going to reinstall the bumper. This would help if you have an assistant with you. Make it a little easier. Just line this up. And just get everything lined up. And that'll clip in right there. Reconnect the fog light bulbs. Do that on both sides. And then you can put that 7mm screw right there and the 2 push pins on both of those, and also right there. And just put these 2 bolts in underneath. Get those lined up into that bracket and get them both started. And tighten them down. Install these bolts. Get them all started first. And there should be one more there, but this vehicle didn't have that one. Install these bolts. Get them all started first. And there should be one more there, but this vehicle didn't have that one. And tighten them all down. Just snug them up.